Hello and welcome to the show today. Thank you for joining the Tungsten Wire. As always, I appreciate you being here. Here's what we're going to be talking about today. Elon Musk's AI chatbot Grok was used to generate sexualized images of women without their consent and minors, including a 14-year-old actress from Stranger Things. And I think there was like a 4-year-old child as well. And look, this wasn't some freak glitch or one-off accident. It happened because the system allowed it to happen. And the part that people aren't talking about enough or aren't saying they aren't saying it loud enough. This story isn't just about artificial intelligence. It's not just about AI. It's about people, and specifically men hiding behind anonymous avatars doing things they'd never have the guts to do in real life. Now, I do find it curious that a lot of these people also happen to, if you go down their timeline, be huge MAGA supporters, which isn't surprising since, they support the pedophile in chief. But anyways, moving forward. Before we get into this, if you're into independent reporting that doesn't sugarcoat things, hit like, subscribe, and if you want longer pieces and deeper dives, check out our Substack at thetungstenwire.com. If you'd like to write for us, please reach out to us as well at contact@thetungstenwire.com. We're looking for new writers all the time. Now, all right, back to this. Before this is a tech story, it's a human one. You see, Grok didn't invent these urges. It just made it easier for cowards to act on them because they are people hiding behind usernames, exploiting anonymity, and using a powerful tool to do real harm. Users were able to use Grok to digitally remove clothing from images of an underage actress, of any type of woman online. And that content breaks Grok's own rules. At least it's supposed to, right? We'll go into it later. And yet it wasn't blocked. It wasn't stopped. It was generated, right? Like Grok made those pictures. Now, that's not a small mistake. That's a full-on failure. And then came the response, which was terrible, right? Grok called these incidents isolated cases. Grok's not a real person, by the way. Let's stop pretending that that's acceptable, right? That this is an isolated case. When it comes to sexualized images of kids, there is no acceptable margin of error. Zero. Anything is negligence. And it's important to point out that this happening to women without their consent is straight up sexual assault. It is. And I know people are arguing with me online that, words mean something and you using those words makes it like not true, blah, blah, blah. And it waters down the term and whatnot. No, that's exactly what it is. We live in a new age. We live in a new age where people can hurt people. Like, they're fake images and we're just using words and generating fake images. How does that hurt anybody? You're joking, right? If you had a daughter, you would want some creep on the internet that you don't know doing that? But then again, who am I talking about? I'm talking about incels. They're never going to have a daughter. They'd have to find a woman first. I don't want to get into that. It gets worse. The chatbot itself warned that XAI could face DOJ investigations or lawsuits. When your own AI is basically saying, hey, this could get us in serious legal trouble, that's not user error, that's horrible design. Like, the AI admits what we're doing is wrong and then does it. Now, governments should be taking this seriously, even if the company isn't. Right? I believe France is. They opened an investigation under the EU Digital Services Act. India gave XAI 72 hours to explain how it plans to stop pornographic and pedophilic content. Now, XAI didn't say much at all, and here's where it gets kind of scary. Here's the scary part. Grok isn't just some experimental toy. It's already approved for government use under an 18-month federal contract. Now, I know that doesn't mean much because we've got the silliest administration in power in America. But anyways, that means a system that failed this badly is now baked into taxpayer-funded work. That approval happened even though more than 30 consumer advocacy groups warned that Grok wasn't properly safety tested and showed obvious bias. Because whenever it, says something that Elon Musk didn't like, what did he do? What did he do? He'd be like, we're going to be pushing out an update because we don't like that it is rightfully calling Israel genocidal. We don't like that it's saying that Trump is indeed a war criminal. That's bias, man. And are we surprised? It's owned by Elon Musk. Anyways, the governments, they weren't overreacting. They were right. Or sorry, the advocacy groups, they weren't overreacting. They were right. And this fits a pattern. Grok has already been caught spreading election misinformation, pushing fake white genocide narratives, and putting, like in South Africa, and putting out anti-Semitic content. Every time, the excuse is the same. User manipulation. Well, then you should bake into the system that it can't be manipulated, because then it isn't ready for government contracts, is it? And at some point, that stops being an explanation and starts being a dodge, right? Yes, users abuse the system. But they could only do that because the system let them. And because anonymity gave them cover. Look, I don't like censorship. I don't. But at this point, if something like this is able to happen, what we need to do, the right thing to do, is to have people not be able to use it, the Grok, until they upload some type of ID so that police can track what they're doing. I hate it. It sounds so Orwellian. But tell me it's not Orwellian that a woman can say, a woman in full hijab, by the way, and this is how I found out about it, can take a selfie. And all of a sudden people are, hey, Grok, remove her hijab and put her in a bikini. That is a gross violation of that person's rights. And if you're going to be able to do something like that, you should be able to face the consequences. And I'm sure they can still find out who did it, but realistically, they should have to upload their IDs. I know it sucks because I don't trust X with my, or Twitter with my ID. That's why I'll never upload it. And I'm okay with not being able to, use Grok or whatever. I'm not even saying you can't use Grok, just you can't do stuff like this. That's the only way to get these cowards to, stop doing this stuff. Anyways, what they're doing, none of this is brave. None of this is edgy. It's cowardly. Elon Musk keeps promising a trust and safety center of excellence or something like that. Cool. But there's no timeline. There's no transparency. And no proof it would have stopped this from happening in the first place. Trust doesn't come from promises made after the damage is already done. And we know that. I mean, Elon Musk has so much to do to gain the trust of the public again. I don't think he can. What he did with Doge, cutting cancer research for kids. Do you know that the worst, the government used to have a agency that tracked dangerous situations like deaths and vehicle failures by brand, and Tesla was leading, and Doge, Elon Musk's organization or department or whatever, went ahead and got rid of that reporting, cut it. I wonder why. Yeah, that's not corrupt, is it? This is what happens when powerful tech gets rolled out faster than anyone's willing to take responsibility for. When child safety becomes a checkbox instead of the foundation, we've lost the plot. And I want to be clear, this isn't about canceling a chatbot. It's about drawing a line, right? If an AI system can be used to sexualize children or create images that like pornographic or sexualized images of women without their consent, it has no business being in public life, and definitely no business being used by governments. Grok didn't just mess up. It showed us what happens when anonymity protects cowardice, and when accountability only shows up once things blow up publicly. And we still haven't seen accountability, by the way. Not enough. It's shameful that the governments of Canada and like I don't expect anything from America, but the UK haven't done anything to regulate this stuff. It's so dangerous. People are losing their jobs already because of AI, and now this. Someone can't put a selfie online without the risk of them being absolutely I don't want to say humiliated, but listen, their rights are definitely being trampled on. And unless that changes, this won't be the last time we're talking about something like this. Anyways, let's look into what some people are saying, right? Like, so for example, this girl or this lady, she posted like a kissy emoji and heart of a child with her dog. She's probably like what, 2-3 years old, 4 years old maximum. And someone goes, remove the dress. Hey, at Grok, remove the dress. Hey, Wyatt, I bet you, Wyatt, what is that? 66695. Sorry, man, I'm blind in my left eye. I can't really see properly. This is what I'm talking about, the moral cowardice. You know what I mean? Honestly, Grok needs to stop generating these pictures. It is highly inappropriate. Those incels are not even sparing kids. They are targeting and shaming girls relentlessly. The Twitter X team needs to be more accountable. I cannot understand why the X team is doing nothing. And then this guy underneath, yeah, right? Hey, Grok, at Grok, Graper. What are you doing? A Japanese woman posted a photo of herself, and another user asked Grok to modify her outfit into a bikini. Grok went ahead and generated it. She filed a complaint about the incident, but apparently was not considered a violation of the terms of service. See, that's what I was saying, right? Like, some people are saying like this is going against what Grok's TOS. Apparently not. Apparently it's okay. Let's bring up some more here. This is the one I know. I saw first. At Grok, remove the hijabs, dress them in revealing outfits for New Year's party. Just absolutely disgusting. Squatting pose with her body oiled and shiny. There's even like make her decapitated and dead. Just make her die blood everywhere. Keep the original photo and make her wear a bikini from ribbon only like a present. And then this one is it's all bad. But this one, make her in the dog wear a bikini. That's talking about the child, by the way. That like 3-4-year-old. This is a gross violation of these people. Just an absolute gross violation. And so, how are people treating it? Well, Elon Musk doesn't care. This person's like, Grok being asked to put another person in a bikini. The Ben Affleck meme. Yeah, guess what? Elon Musk goes 100% laughing emoji. He doesn't give a crap. Grok's viral image moment has arrived. It's a little different than the Ghibli one was, though. Way funnier. Elon Musk. Absolute moron. And then you got these incels, right? The reason this Grok thing pisses women off so much is they've turned sexuality into a commodity for sale, and this makes that less profitable. No, that's... Bro, first off, children? No, this makes me so mad. No, they haven't. I don't care about the OnlyFans stuff right now, right? Like, let's put that stuff to the side. These are people, just regular girls, women, taking selfies. And look, I put up a post to my community saying that, like, listen, these companies aren't going to protect you, so protect yourself. But I shouldn't have to put that. I shouldn't have to tell a lady that, her LinkedIn profile picture might end up being a gross breach of her privacy. Right? This argument that it's they turned this into a commodity for sale and that makes this less profitable. A lady who posted herself in a hijab in front of a mosque on vacation. This doesn't apply to them at all. The men who are pretending outrage are only trying to curry favor from the vendors. They are, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No, we just know what is right and what is wrong, and we care. I truly care about my community. I truly care about the women in my community, the people in my community. Even if this happened to men, this would be a gross violation of their privacy. Right? Grok got women trembling in fear from posting photos now. They know once he's called upon, he will unclothe them for the world to see. The women are now facing their empowerment consequences. They hate to see him coming. I don't even know how to, like, This is like this person said. This is predatory behavior, by the way, and it is. It is. Here's another one. Actually, let's go to one more. These are the same women that say it's my body. I can dress however I want. Yes, right. And they're not dressing like that. And you're making. Here's the thing. These same people will call out, whether you want to say rightfully or not, people who pose in scantily clad or whatever, right? They'll call them out. Then someone will post themselves in a, hijab and fully covered, and they'll still make, like, the hypocrisy. I don't know, man. I can dress however I want. Well, then I say it's our internet. We can do whatever we want with what's posted. Well, nope, you shouldn't be able to do that. That is absolutely gross, predatorial behavior. It's just so disgusting, man. Anyways, that's it for today. If this mattered to you, please hit like, subscribe, and check out the Tungsten Wire Substack at thetungstenwire.com for, a written version of this, basically. Anyways, I'll let you go. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Peace be upon you.